But alright, now we are beginning session 31 of the Fever Swamp. Who wants to recap what happened last time? Okay, so you arrived. You arrived in the village of the Faceless Ones after successfully dodging a improbably high number of undead, all traveling to the east, or the northeast, depending on the part of your journey where you encountered them. You rested at the village of the Faceless Ones, until you were all ready to go, and Lucas hit level 5. And then you set out, and you tried to go north into a mapped area, and somehow ended up in the southwest.
Navigating so hard.
This navigating is so hard, apparently, in swamps. The DMG says so. It's not my fault. And you ended up in the most interesting of locations, the tower, where you met Gert von Hemmer, the scholar, the famous scholar, and rescued him from some Stiltwalkers and saved him from his deadly explosive cancer and explosive contagious magic cancer, and with Ix's disease curing spells, and are now traveling with him in order to eventually bring him out of the swamp. You have left him among the Faceless Ones while you take a detour to kill a CATOBLEPAS. And that is where we ended last session. So you are now, it is morning, you have rested, you are in the village of the Faceless Ones. What do?
We don't tell them we got lost, because it'd be embarrassing.
Oh, they all asked why you're back, and they jokingly asked if you were lost.
No, we found this guy.
They take that as...
It was totally intentional to go that direction.
They all laugh at you.
Maybe Primus sent us there, the big dick.
Maybe he did.
It's all part of the plan.
Or maybe Grandfather Rot sent you. He does control the
Hardly
waves
matters
of
how we arrived there. What does matter is that it's good that we did. We'll proceed now towards the CATOBLEPAS, and hopefully you won't mind keeping company with the man we rescued until we can return for him.
Oh yeah, that's right. They all broke their vows of silence to make fun of us and ask us, didn't they?
No, because that was
now
not canonical.
Kill themselves. Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Alright. So we'll leave the village going in the opposite direction of last time so that we don't make the same mistake.
Alright, well, someone still needs to navigate, although, I need to roll weather, clear skies. Someone needs to navigate. You have advantage for multiple reasons, which turns out to be advantage. So, somebody roll it.
Alright, Silas, you can navigate. Lucas will fish. I will begin recording the loss of food and water.
Okay. I believe that, Connie is back. Connie, you need to roll survival for the navigation check.
Oh, okay.
I was about to roll it for you because I saw in the Discord that you had stepped away, but...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a good thing you have advantage. Okay. The first day traveling away from the village of the Faceless Ones goes easily. You encounter only some crocodiles lounging on the shore, who seem content to let you pass. And
We should consider killing a crocodile, because then we could hurl its body into a tree and possibly give the slip to that leech thing that's been following us.
the leech chewer. Yes.
Thank you.
Suppose that's an idea. I rolled really well on that check, I think. Do they want animal blood?
They're content with animal blood.
More interestingly, though,
It
would it
you know
possibly-
from the description I gave you that hurling a chunk of meat will distract them at least.
would it possibly
Yeah.
end up interested in the CATOBLEPAS?
Nobody wants to eat the Catob.
I'd be more worried about one of us getting Blood Eater down before then. These crocodiles seem like a pretty decent opportunity. How many of them are there?
You see three of
Wait, maybe we're betraying the crocodile's trust by attacking them when they're not attacking. Do we really want to pick this fight with the crocodile people?
you see three crocodiles lounging on a nearby, lounging out of the water in the sun.
I mean,
Three
kinda.
isn't too bad.
Or are we not adequately concerned about the leech chewer to do that?
I'm
No,
surprised
it
the
would be
leech
worth it.
chewer would still be following us, given that we went into a settlement. We probably could have, even if it was trying to follow us, we probably could have given it the slip, because I severely doubt that it would want to go into the settlement. It'd probably get shot at by all the guards.
Okay, well, do we know whether or not it is? Can we confirm that?
Give me a perception roll. Silas doesn't see a leech chewer and hasn't seen one today.
Yeah, alright, then he tells Lucas that he thinks it lost interest.
Oh, well then, let's just go and make camp.
Okay. So you leave the crocodiles to their own devices, live and let live, and then you make by that early evening you make camp, and nobody dies of infections, and you have a short rest, and morning comes, and the skies are clear again. And yeah, on the path you have marked out, you know you will be passing by Sally's house, which you helped restore today. Assuming you're double timing, you'll just go right on past her, unless you want to double time but also stop for tea. And of course, you can reach the area of blight that the CATOBLEPAS has created by today if you press on quickly.
I Lucas does not want to stop for tea with Sally, as he promised he wouldn't. Attacking the
We'll
Catobla
probably
Pass
give
in the
him
evening.
this disease back.
Attacking the Catobla Pass in the evening doesn't seem worse than attacking it in the morning. So, I think we should just go for it.
Ooh, it'll get dark. You can't see in the dark, Lucas. You got those bad eyes.
I don't know. I really doubt the fight's gonna last more than a couple of minutes. I mean, could you imagine?
Rounds are pretty long in D&D.
Could you imagine like a 600 round combat? It just
Yes. Unfortunately, I can, but not against a single CATOBLEPAS.
sure. You know, if we were going into a battle, that would be different. I would be forced to concede that attacking at dawn is probably strategically better. But
Yes. Okay. So, double timing it to the CATOBLEPAS, someone will need a navigation check.
it's still not raining. It's still Silas. In fact, I think it's always Silas. It's, the fishing duty is passed back and forward between Lucas and Ixa.
Pretty much, because last time I got a feat they gave a level, I took one that increased wisdom enough to make his bonus the same as Ixta's. There's no difference anymore with their survival checks.
Still no fish.
No, it's not good.
Yes. All right, an 8. Let's see.
The dice want it to be another one of those. We'll get the CATOBLEPAS next week sessions.
Okay.
I'm gonna fill the village of the faceless ones with lost Nelfenbergian scholars.
Okay. So, Silas gets the boat turned around, and you don't quite, and you take a few twists and turns, and you're not quite sure where you are anymore. You lose several hours off of the day. Until you come up to a little house from behind, and you realize, oh shit, okay, I know where we are. That's Sally's house. So you have, though you meandered a lot, you did end up going the right direction. However, your lost time has prevented you from being able to reach the CATOBLEPAS before nightfall. If you camp now, then you can continue traveling tomorrow, or you can continue pressing on, but it will be dark when you meet the CATOBLEPAS. Or rather, not necessarily when you meet him, but when you enter its domain.
Unless we get lost.
Do we have enough daylight to just camp in this hex, but not beside Sally's?
Yes.
Well, probably best. Lucas still isn't sure that he shouldn't be doing something about all of the monsters in this swamp, but Sally doesn't seem like the place to start if we decide to do monster genocide, so he would prefer to just give her a wide.
Yes. Anyone who wants to roll perception can roll perception.
We just feel like it.
Yeah.
I like rolling dice.
All right. So as you go by, Phil Sticker, Lucas, as you realize, oh shit, that's Sally's house, and you turn the boats and you go in a different direction in order to get farther away before you camp. You see, um, uh, the silhouette of a figure looking out of one of her windows. You're pretty sure she knows you've been here. But nothing happens about that. And you are free to continue on and make camp.
We don't want to look like we're avoiding her.
If she does want to cause trouble, she'll come find us either way in that case. I still think we should camp a little bit away and set up watch.
All right. So you set up camp a little ways away, and you set watch. The night goes peacefully. You don't encounter any Sally doesn't appear to come and harass you or anything like that.
I mean, at some point,
So
we are
it
going to
keeps-
want to sit Sally down and ask her, hey, why did you trap your sister in a tree? That seems like it was a dick move. But
And then she'll
we're
be
kind
like,
of on a quest.
Sister, what was her name? Which sister?
Yes, the witch sister.
We don't have an answer for that question.
Yes. Well, how do you know it was me? Lots of people get fused to trees.
Lots of my sisters get fused to trees by me in the swamp.
No. That doesn't work. All right.
No, your mother.
Okay. So you yeah, short rest. Morning comes.
All right. How's the weather?
Oh, same as it has been.
All right. It's been a few days since Lucas has landed a fish. He's starting to wonder if the undead aren't eating them all. Then he catches some.
Very good. So that's your food and some water. Very, very good. Silas, give us your survival check with advantage to reach the land of the CATOBLEPAS. All right, you do. All right. So it doesn't take you very long. It's just part of the day, and you're into the wastes of the dead swamp where the CATOBLEPAS most likely resides. The trees here are all dead. Even the algae in the water is dead.
Good.
No, that's bad. That's killing the swamp. That's killing part of Grandfather Rot.
No, I was out of character.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Sala. I guess he sees enough algae at work every day and doesn't want to think about it.
Right. It's a good thing that Lucas caught a big honking catfish before you entered this area, because there are no fish left. There is a smell of the only thing that lives here is mold and fungus growing on the dead things. And the smell of rot is thick in the air, and the swamp occasionally belches forth pockets of gas which smell like rotting meat. Which anyone familiar with the CATOBLEPAS would know is a sure sign that a CATOBLEPAS is in the area.
Well, the plan was to try to locate it and engage from maximum range and sort of be moving away from it to maximize the time before it gets into glaring at us range. That's still the plan, and hopefully it works out.
Well, wait, does that make sense to us, though? No. If it's far enough away that we can attack it, then we can see it. So if it can see us back, then...
Usually, gaze attacks are limited. Most monsters that have been recorded as having gaze attacks, through experimentation, it's been revealed that their gaze is only dangerous within usually 30 or 60 feet. Now, I don't have information on CATOBLEPAS. They might be an exception. But assuming they're not, we should buy ourselves some time by being outside of that radius.
I like the world building that the metagaming implies for the Emperor of Nilfenberg has done like these gruesome experiments where he puts people in cages and like slowly moves them closer to a Medusa or something or a CATOBLEPAS.
Well, not the Emperor himself, but, his scientists.
I was presuming a wizarding order did it at some point, and whether they were part of the Empire or not. In fact, if I got to choose, I would figure that they were a group who had opposed the Empire, but the Empire kept their notes after conquering them and forbidding future experimentation.
Yes,
that's what the Empire says, but no, they did it to like marginalized groups from conquered land.
No, that's worse.
Those would be.
They weren't believers in order.
It would still be a very evil act, and the Empire isn't an evil empire.
Right,
strictly lawful neutral. So they do a little bit of evil, but
well, they might do it to
prisoners.
Then.
Yeah,
they might say you've been sentenced to death by CATOBLEPAS testing.
Yeah, they might have, but I think that most of their monster data of that variety would be acquired from, orders of wizards. Yeah, I have difficulty seeing a priest of Primus, pushing prisoners slowly closer to the Medusa, like they're Kratos or something. But all right.
So wait, I remember we discussed this before, but I don't ultimately remember what was said. So our plan is to attack it from maximum range while it's, of course, coming toward us or running away. But when it's at like mid-range to us, that's a big problem because it will take us a long time to actually be able to engage it when it gets closer. And I don't think we have an infinite amount of range. Oh wait, yeah, we do. We've got.
Well, assuming that it's 30 feet, then the idea should be, and we're going to want to do a boat shuffle before we engage this thing to make this work, to mix people who are melee and people who are ranged. That hopefully we'll kill it before it gets within 30 feet of us. If not, then 30 feet isn't too difficult to reach, and all of our fighters are capable of making ranged attacks at that range. So that should be okay. If it's 60 feet, then technically speaking, we would have to cross that threshold either way, whether we tried to keep back beyond 60 feet or getting closer than 60 feet to start. But if it's 60 feet,
Yeah, well, we can
I
sneak
think we'll
up or
appreciate.
something, though, in that case.
No, I think that we'll appreciate having done heavy damage beforehand, before it's able to attack, because, like, you and I have long range attacks, and I think one of the other PCs has an attack that's fairly long range.
Silas has a musket, and that's got, pretty long range.
I think the best that I can do is my short bow, which is 80 range. Otherwise, all of my spells and everything else are all 30 or 60. Mostly 30.
Well, I'm disappointed in us for not ever getting you a better bow. But your short bow is actually 80/320, so you could
Yeah.
still be making attacks.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Right.
You can make the attacks
So-
just with disadvantage, so.
No, that's 80 advantage. Or without disadvantage.
Right.
So I really think that we have a decisive advantage until it gets in its gaze range, and we're going to want it to not be at full hit points when we're dealing with its gaze.
Hmm.
The only other thing... No, minor illusion is 30 feet too.
So with that in mind, who is it that doesn't have an attack that's physically capable of striking from at least 150 feet away? Or at least 100 feet away?
Javelins can reach 100 feet, right?
I think 120 with disadvantage.
That sounds right.
Yeah,
That's the
120.
best six it can do.
Seems like a fuck of a throw.
Yeah, 120 with disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yeah,
then
quite strong.
I should probably get into the undead canoe with Phil Sticker, because we're both going to be wanting to continue moving back. In fact, everyone's going to want to be continuing to move back. Ideally, we'd have one person rowing and one person firing every round. But it seems as though we can all make long-ranged attacks. So,
Yeah, but I mean, Kildrak's short bow. I mean, it's not great. It's 1d6.
I think that's all the
Probably-
javelins do, too.
They're 1d6, yeah, but they work off strength instead of dex. I imagine that Ixa and me will probably end up having to play more on our, our actual roles of buffing and shit. As crazy as that
Yeah.
is.
yeah, fair enough. I still think we're going to want to leave Canoe 5 in a bush somewhere, so that the two people who... the two of us in the back can keep withdrawing.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
Beliar,
I'll
will
leave it
drive
to your
that,
discretion whether you think it's better to throw a javelin or paddle back, because I don't think I have a definitive answer for that.
I imagine in a lot of cases it's going to be paddle backwards, away from the thing with the death gaze.
It does seem like a smart plan, but it will depend on its speed. Like, if we start the fight at the fireballs, what was it, 150?
Also, I think before we start, 10 minutes. So,
Yeah, we'll
And-
learn a lot of tactical information in the first round of the fight. I definitely agree we should buff up before we go in.
The cost of life.
But like, if it starts at 150 feet and we fireball it, and then the next round it's 90 feet closer, we'll know that there's no point paddling back. But if in the next round it's 20 feet closer, we'll know we can maintain distance indefinitely paddling back while firing at it.
your
So-
fireball, is that just the enemy has to save?
Save for half.
Okay. So it's not an attack roll then.
Correct.
But the swamp beam, is that an attack roll?
Yeah.
Okay, so before we go in, and I mean like right before, I'm going to do Bardic Inspiration on Phil Sticker.
Thanks.
If I could
Yeah.
make a suggestion, we should consider a bardic inspiration for each of us to throw down in the event of death gaze.
I mean, I've only got 4 uses.
Oh, um,
I can.
Then
I can
apportion it as you see fit. I can't
Yeah,
come up with a logical approach to that.
Whoever's in the front. We
makes sense.
row
I'll
the
stick around.
canoes in a T formation with one of the undead canoe turned
That's actually a
sideways,
smart
moving
plan.
the wrong direction.
I think these ones.
We jump out to the side, shoot our attack, and then jump back behind Kildrak and Silas and Bort. They have the bardic inspiration.
No, that makes
Okay.
sense. I forgot that the gaze is going to be a save. That makes more sense.
With us backing off perpetually, it's likely that you guys will be in the gaze radius while we're not for a round. So that makes sense.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm going to do that like right before. The 10-minute time frame is forever in combat, but
All right, not forever when you're searching the swamp for this creature, because you've entered its
And also,
territory,
since our
but you know you
plan-
don't have it's got it has a fairly large territory.
right. So speaking of that,
And, yeah.
we should probably have some way to know for sure where the Canoe 5 is left, so we don't lose it.
You've
Just
mapped.
mark it on our map.
Yeah, you've
Okay.
already mapped this hex, so
Oh, okay.
really there should be like a fuzzy spot on the map where you said, you know, here there be CATOBLEPAS. But like once you are entering its territory, you can be like, okay, we're gonna leave the canoe here, and mark this on our map. You know, we know it's at these coordinates or whatever.
Sure. Okay, no, that's fair.
Yeah. Cover it and hope that no scumboggles find it and eat all
the cheese.
eat all your food. Drink, get grossed out by your weird clean water and pour it into the swamp. But all right. So is this the boat formation that you guys want, or do you want me to, or do you want to change it up at all?
This is the boat formation, but with the added caveat that Undead Canoe will be shifting back every turn after the initial fireball, with the other two canoes holding position.
Right. Okay. Okay. So you set out into the CATOBLEPAS's domain. It could be anywhere. How do you go about trying to find it?
I check the back of my head.
It's not on the back of your head.
I'll have Balearica do a high flight.
All right. Sure. Balearica, give me some kind of perception roll, I guess.
I'm not sure what the bird's perception score is offhand. I'll look it up if you like.
Okay. 14's a pretty good roll. And it's probably got some sort of bonus on that. So with Balearica flying about, you get significant warning on the CATOBLEPAS. She comes flying back within 100 feet of you, so that your telepathy works. And she says, Lucas, I found it. It's up ahead. Right ahead. It's lounging in some mud.
Thank you. And Lucas will proffer a bit of meat from the pouch.
Yes. And Beliark is quite happy with that. And I will swoosh you over to the battle map that I had prepared. As soon as it won't let me go all the way. You're going to sit on a fake map for a moment. There we go. Okay. So it should be loading the battle map for you now. You have come in, and you see in the distance the CATOBLEPAS rises its head out of the swamp water. It's a foul and ugly creature, and it makes a sound not unlike a hippopotamus crossed with a warthog, as it sniffs the air, and yeah.
So I guess we should roll initiative. How do you hope to handle us moving backwards as we fight this thing?
I don't know, because I wasn't. I actually was before you had the. You were supposed to start closer because I rolled a random encounter distance, but then before the session, but then you had your bird go, so I don't know. I guess I will add additional hexes to the bottom.
All right.
I forgot to select my token.
Alright, I've added some additional hexes. I can add additional ones as we go. As you retreat. There should be trees down there, but I'm not going to spend a bunch of time right now just decorating the map with trees. Okay. It's got a initiative roll of... Damn it. /R. Go. And add a turn. Moving it. One thing I absolutely hate about Roll20 is that the right-click menus have a tendency, if you're clicking on something near the top of the map, to go off the screen, and there's no way of accessing them.
I too hate this.
That's no good.
Yes. So we still need an initiative roll from Bort and Silas.
No, I just forgot to select my token.
Okay.
Same. Or rather, I was looking across the fucking map for the token. Because apparently I wasn't lined up properly with the boats.
Well, the good news is, if you were to click your token and roll initiative again, you could then click the number in the list and change it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't roll in the first place because I was busy looking for my token.
Okay.
Fair enough.
All right. I added
Oh wait, we're allowed to change the initiative?
Only your
Yeah.
own.
That still seems open to abuse, but alright. Oh, that's good to know.
I don't want to have to do your own all your initiatives.
That's fair. Well, thank you for telling me. Now I can do that in the future, because I will surely forget to select it again beforehand in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So as you come within line of sight of the CATOBLEPAS, and it's sniffing the air with its hog-like nose. It turns its eyes towards your boat. It's detected you, and Initiative has been rolled. Lucas, the floor is yours.
All right. This is going to carefully craft a fireball, twisting his walking stick around it as it forms in the air, tightens and constricts into a marble. He'll swing. The marble will be struck, fly out, and crash right in front of the CATOBLEPAS.
All right. So yeah, you drop your fireball right on the CATOBLEPAS. And let's see if it can save for half damage. X plus 1. It can in fact not save for half damage. So
Baby.
27 damage. So the fireball it strikes the creature, and fur and mud are just scorched off of its back. The trees next to it catch flame and burn, and it roars with pain like a elephant. And as the fire subsides, you notice you all see something glinting in the side of its the hump on its back. There is a long pike that's been jabbed into this creature by someone else who foolishly thought they could slay it. And they have left this behind. And Bort, it is your turn.
Oh boy. Alright. We're still very far out of range. What's its range specifically?
We don't know yet.
But you're looks like 115 feet.
Damn. That's just barely out of my my crossbow's effective range. So what's the penalty for doing the second range bracket?
Disadvantage.
Okay. Fuck.
Well, if you prefer, you might
Fuck.
have delayed one. Okay. Oh, well.
Whoa, it's like a double crit, but different.
Yeah. So with disadvantage, that's a that's a 1, so that's a 6. So yeah, you your crossbow bolt strikes one of the burning trees and catches on fire. The CATOBLEPAS, enraged with this pain, hurtles itself forward, dashing through the water towards you, showing its tusks and its thrashing mace-like tail flailing behind it as it just hurtles towards you 60 feet.
We've made a terrible mistake.
Silas, it's your turn.
Yeah, no, I raise the musket and fire.
Okay. It's at 50 feet now, so you can probably do that.
Still at disadvantage. The musket is 40, 120.
Oh, okay. Well, roll with disadvantage then.
Yep. Oh.
So many lost crits today. So yeah, that's the 10. So you miss. Your musket ball fails to pierce its incredibly tough hide, giving it little more than a bruise. Phil Sticker.
Okay. Oh shit! It's within 90 feet. I hex it.
Okay. It has been hexed.
Its penalty is 2 strength.
Okay. That'll be very important if anyone wants to wrestle the CATOBLEPAS.
Hopefully.
I don't
Come on,
recommend it.
Mort, you can do it. Everything in the water's dead. You'll be okay. And he shoots an Eldritch Blast at it, and it hits okay. I think.
Yeah, because you don't have disadvantage. So 20 hits.
Okay. Oh, great. That's 11.
All right, that's
Unless the CATOBLEPAS doesn't mind necrotic damage, which seems totally possible.
It does not seem to resist your attack as you hit it with the concentrated power of the swamp, and necrotic funguses begin to spread across its wounds.
Both of us having gone now, will the ship move back?
Like veins and shit.
Yes. Phil Sticker can use his move action to tell the boat to move back 20 feet.
Could we have both done that?
Yeah.
Whoops.
I don't know.
I was thinking that,
that would
had to wait till like both of the second of us had gone, but
Right.
I don't know the ruling on that exactly.
I don't think
It
you.
seems like it'd
The
be able to move twice in a turn if we could both do it, so that might be too much.
Yeah. Either one of you can use your move action to command the boat, but the boat still can't like go faster than its speed. Otherwise, you could just like tell the boat to like dash forward 40 feet or something.
Boat can move as fast as however many people we put in the boat times 20 feet.
So 20
We
feet
would load
back
the
then?
whole party
Yep.
into the...
I'll go ahead and move all of you because I have permission to move everyone there. Oops.
Cute.
That's a little farther. All right, something like that. Okay. Kildrak.
So it's at 65 feet from me.
Now might be a good time to start buffing your friends.
Oh, I was assuming that they were already hit with Bardic Inspiration. The front four.
Oh,
Myself
that's right.
included.
Yeah. Since you could have done that. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, since we had advanced warning.
Right, because of the bird.
Right. I mean, if we had just stumbled across it,
Right.
definitely understand. But, yeah, like I said, unfortunately, most of my stuff is 30 and 60. So, I guess, do you want to be close to it, Con, or back some? Because, I mean, I can move the boat back, or I can shoot it.
Alright, on its next turn, if you don't move it, it's going to be right up in our face, and that's
Yeah.
honestly better for me.
Okay, so...
But with how quickly it moves, I don't think we can outrun it, so...
Okay.
Yeah, maybe just shoot and get it down as much as we can before it gets close, because at this point, I don't know.
Well, I didn't mean to click that, but it is what I'm going to do.
Okay. Well,
So,
yeah, a 21 hits.
God damn. Okay.
Okay. Your arrow strikes it in its hide. It technically goes in. You have given the CATOBLEPAS the equivalent of a paper cut,
Cool.
but
Cool.
it doesn't like that, and maybe it will get infected and die. No, wait, they're like horrible swamp monsters. They probably are resistant to that. Except,
Yeah.
All right. So were we still planning on trying to escape, or are we just going to engage in a melee now?
It's too fast. Slay it with you power.
Okay, that's what I figured. All right. As far as my buffs go, I can really only buff myself. After reading through my spells again, I can give some my +2 AC, but that doesn't really seem like that's going to be that helpful here. So I had the choice of giving myself +2 to attack, or +1d4 damage, or I could just throw a javelin at it, or 1d6 damage, which doesn't seem that useful.
well, you can use divine favor as a bonus action, so you could use that and then still throw a javelin.
Oh, was it a bonus action? I thought it was a regular action.
Well, you have it written down as a bonus action.
It's funny, I was just reading that, apparently did not read it correctly. Hang on.
That's what you have listed under casting time.
Oh, yeah, okay. Then I will definitely do that. Cast that, and then throw the javelin at it, yeah.
Okay.
1 second. Let me get to the right tab. And I'm pretty sure 12 misses.
12 does indeed miss. The javelin splashes down in the water next to it.
It also occurs to me I only have 6 javelins, by the way, so this this is really going to suck if we don't get into melee range.
Lucas, we are back at the top of initiative.
Yep. I think people made the right call, not backing off. I think that they could have backed off to not be in the CATOBLEPAS's melee range for one turn, but I don't know if denying it an attack. It wouldn't have denied it its death beam or whatever on them, and denying it an attack, not quite as good. So I'm just going to fireball it again.
Oh, jeez.
The last one was a bit below average. Oh, saved for half.
Okay, so, let's see. So that would be, is it round down? So 16 damage?
Sounds about right.
Alright.
Yeah, around down in damage, I think, always.
And then Lucas will back us up another 20 feet.
So yes, another explosion of fire rocks the swamp. The CATOBLEPAS cries out in pain as its flesh is seared and its fat melts, and the trees around it, dried and withered and dead, burst into flames as well, and smoke rises. Surely the entire swamp knows something horrible is going on here. And yeah. Unless Lucas has anything else, we're to board.
Back up 20 feet.
Okay. I will back you up 20 feet.
Alright. Bort is going to keep shooting until he runs out of ammo.
Okay.
Well, that was 2 different rolls, but either way it hits, so
Okay.
yeah.
Right, you're within... Yeah, you're... Okay. I saw that 100 feet pop up, but that was from someone else. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, 20 hits.
Cool. 8 piercing damage.
Okay. Yeah. You drive the, you drive a bolt deep into the CATOBLEPAS's side and wound it fairly badly. The CATOBLEPAS is going to continue charging forward. Makes one move. Now, I'm sorry, Silas, you're the only choice.
No. Well, I can just go based on Constitution.
The CATOBLEPAS charges
Remember, you've
forward.
got Bardic Inspiration.
The CATOBLEPAS charges forward, and it locks eyes on Silas, and from its eyes come a blast of red and black necrotic energy, which strikes Silas directly in the heart. Silas, make a DC 16 Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
If you get 11 or less, you will die.
Well then. Oh.
And you might die if on a regular failure too, but you will.
It's just
But-
like
but-
I
but-
will or I'm...
But if you fail by 5 or more, you will die. So
Okay, and it's Constitution?
yes.
Alright.
Do you have inspiration?
He doesn't.
Oh.
Oh,
I do.
okay.
but-
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry I didn't say that in time.
All right. So you take. So with your superhuman constitution, you only take 27 damage. That was a pretty good roll, but
I was going to say he shrugs it off, but no. No, definitely not.
yeah. Yes. And now, suddenly, I don't have a mini for it prepared. This was my mistake. Damn it! They're all premium assets. Fine, I will use a zombie, even though it's not a zombie.
Oh no, do tiny catoblepases pop out of Silas's chest?
No.
Oh, okay.
Nothing quite that horrific.
They haven't hatched yet.
But entering the fray, from all the excitement and smell of blood, from the CATOBLEPAS mostly, a leech chewer appears, crouched on one of the trees and waiting for an opportunity to swoop in. And it got a 15 on its initiative. And, indeed, the perceptive among you might recognize this as the leech chewer that has been pursuing you. And it hops from the one tree to the other and is waiting for something to get good and bloody. And Silas, it's your turn.
Yeah, well, it's still too far away to stab, so, reeling from that near-death experience, Silas reloads the musket and fires again.
Okay. Give me to hit. Apparently too distracted by the pain coursing through your body, you can't quite line up a shot.
Very reasonable. Yeah.
Phil Sticker.
Okay. Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Let me make sure I'm still in range. Yeah. That's the wrong attack. 14. Yeah, that would be a 14.
Okay. A 14 does indeed hit.
Oh, great. Alright, 11.
The necrotic or the burns all along its back become more become more rotted, and blood is pooling around the Catoblepas as it is dying very rapidly. Um, it still has some fight left in it, but it another blow like that will finish it.
I decide not to move the canoe.
I think Lucas already moved it this round, so you couldn't have anyway.
Oh,
So Kildrak, it is your turn.
Well, it is 35. Which means that it is still out of... Go away, Flux. It's still out of range of most of the things that I can do. But just on the off chance Lucas can't finish it off, I'm gonna try and put an illusion in front of it of, I don't know, Silas, maybe.
Okay.
There, I guess.
Okay.
So going with the visual.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. So that's a minor illusion. Create an image of an object. Yeah.
Actually, does Silas fit in that? 5
Yeah.
foot cube? Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you can make a person with it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's Silas or Khan. Do you want us to move back? That was an action, but I can still take a move, I think.
It takes a full action to row a
Oh,
boat.
right. Damn. Okay, never mind.
Ixa.
Okay. The weather was sunny, right? So I'm at disadvantage to throw the javelin at it regardless of range.
Yeah.
Okay, that sucks. If I hit it, I'm pretty sure I can kill it this turn, but that is not guaranteed. I was debating having Ixa try to move up to get closer to it than Silas, but I'm pretty sure she actually has better odds of dying than he does if it uses that ability on her. So, unfortunately, I think the best thing I can do is throw a javelin at it.
Okay.
And 6 misses.
It does. Lucas.
Alright, well, Lucas has exhausted his attack spell supply for spells that work underwater, so he's just going to do a fire bolt at it. Hope that Bort can finish it off.
Yep. You can't hurt it with a 12. The fireball splashes against the water harmlessly.
Why are there two Sileces?
One of them is an illusion.
Uh,
This one
But
is the
one of them
decoy.
is real.
Oh, and the leech chewer is getting closer and closer.
So what's Bort gonna do?
Bort is going to, on the off chance that this doesn't kill it, he is going to use a superiority die to make a goading attack. Which, if this hits, it'll do extra damage, and also the
Oh, well,
CATOBLEPAS.
all right. Well, let's see if you hit first.
Fair enough. Firing. Crap. I do
Right.
not hit.
Yeah, 11 does not hit.
Goodbye, superiority die.
I don't know how what battle masters work, so I don't know if you have to declare it up front.
I do.
Okay, you do.
There is one, especially because there is one power that specifically says that you can declare it after making the attack roll.
Okay, I thought it would kind of worked like the flourishes that the bard of the sword blade college has that they can add after an attack. But okay, I didn't know. Now we do. It's all right. It is the CATOBLEPAS' turn. I couldn't find it in the index, so I'm just going to go ahead and ask Lucas how this mechanic works, because I'm sure they know.
I hope I know.
The attacks with a recharge. Do they roll that at the beginning of a turn, or the end of one? How does that work? So, like, let's say I'm looking at Death Ray recharges on 5 or 6.
It's the start of the turn.
Okay, so I would roll
It's
that.
supposed to be like a big surprise. Is the dragon going to breathe fire? We don't know until it takes its turn.
Right. Okay. So, I'm going to roll that in the open. It recharges its Death Ray on a 5 or a 6. You are all lucky. So, the CATOBLEPAS, I suppose, is going to, I guess it's going to attack the illusion, because it doesn't know. Yeah.
I'm useful. Oh,
Incredibly useful.
wow.
Is it brings its tail around, and makes a huge wave as it squashes what would have been the illusory Silas into nothing. It then continues its charge for its move action in order to get into melee with the party. As it is bleeding out like an insane wounded animal. The leech chewer flies over the party, and lands in this other tree, as it begins eyeing the dying CATOBLEPAS.
Oh no, Leech Chewer, you don't want that thing, it's nasty.
And so Silas, as you've gotten close, it's gotten right up next to you. you see that there's this very fine quality pike already jabbed into the creature's side. You could probably grab hold of that and drive it in deeper if you wanted.
Oh, obviously, of course. Yes, he stumbles up from, being busy dying, and tries to grab onto that to thrust it in. And
All right, give me an athletics roll.
all right, should actually be pretty good at that, if I remember right.
No, it's strength based. So. Suddenly regret making this an opposed roll. Oh wait, no, I don't.
Wow.
Okay, so Silas, you grab hold of the pike, but the CATOBLEPAS wrenches you, wrenches itself to the side, and you get flung into the water,
No.
losing the pike, and now being disarmed.
No.
Phil Sticker.
It would have been so cool if it worked.
Alright. Time for the boring resolution.
Nope.
Okay, never mind.
You're
Poop, 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 hits a tree.
yeah.
Splash.
Yeah. Kildrak.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a moment.
Sure.
Okay, you're far enough away. I forgot to tell Silas on his turn. As the creature gets close to you, you are Bort and Silas. You are sickened to your stomachs, and by the stench of death and rot that comes off this thing. And you at the beginning of your turn, you'll need to make Constitution saves.
All right.
But Kildrak, it has a range of 10 feet, so you were just outside of it. I think. Yeah.
Do I stay outside of its range, or do I? AC doesn't seem to matter much against it. Don't want to do that because Bort stands a chance of just murdering it. Okay, I'm gonna scoot. Okay, if I move where the barrel is, can I hit it?
Yeah. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, so I'll do that. And I'm going to cast Ensnaring Strike.
Good.
And try to hit it with an axe.
Okay. Roll to hit it with an axe. Well,
That hits.
21 definitely hits it with an axe.
So that's 12, and it's got to make a strength save. Which, hey, it's got disadvantage, or it's had reduced because of Hex.
Technically, the hex only reduces.
Ow, for him.
Yeah. Oh no! Hex reduces. Gives disadvantage to skill checks, but not actually saving throws. Saving throws would be a bit much for a first level spell.
That's fair.
It does make Hex a lot less cool, but It is the way it works. The primary benefit of that's kind of a side benefit of Hex. The primary one is the
damage bonus.
yeah, the damage bonus for him. But yeah. So no, Kildrak comes up and brings down his axe on the neck of the CATOBLEPAS. And you snap its massive thick spine, and vines erupt from all around and ensnare the mortally wounded animal, and drag it into the swamp water. And the leech chewer knows it is its time, and it jumps down and begins feasting on the blood of the corpse. And the CATOBLEPAS has been slain.
Excellent. Two incredibly critical questions. One, does Clink have a taxidermist?
Yes.
All right. Two, do we want to take advantage of this opportunity to kill the leech chewer, which would have every reason to continue following us for easy meals until such time as we do, or until such time as we're the ones for the meal? It's not a
Wait.
question KSB is going to answer. We're going to have to
Can't-
answer that one ourselves.
Isn't it a ghost, some sort? Which means that a lot of us can't really do much to it.
It's a corporeal ghost. Swamp is
okay.
weird.
Yeah, swamp is weird. I mean, I feel like even if we take most of the CATOBLEPAS, we can probably cut off a chunk of it.
It's
Get its eyes.
Well, I think it's probably full now. I guess we'll just look out for the next crocodile we can throw if we want to do that. But yeah, Lucas at least would very much like to collect that head, get it stuffed, because I think that one day when we have a base, we're gonna want to like put that up somewhere.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm down with that as long as my boat doesn't have to hold the head.
Sorry,
Well,
there's
we at least
a
want to make sure we have the eyes. The Eliwick's father said he'd pay us for the eyes.
we'll have glass ones made for the mounted head. That should be fine.
Yeah.
So, it takes a little bit of effort to get the head, since it, kind of fell over into the swamp water. The leech chewer is happy to ignore you as long as you aren't shooting at it. So, it's gorging itself on blood, and you're able to sever the head. You have the head of a CATOBLEPAS. It smells like a dead animal that's been left out in the sun for days.
If only we had a druid. What we have back on the hidden canoe is an empty barrel. It had water in it, but we exhausted all of the water. That should serve as an adequate storage space, as long as I clean it out before we store water in it again, because it should be airtight.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least close enough. We're not going to get it like properly sealed, I guess, but
Right. Okay. So, yeah. You return back to where you left the canoe, and it's still there, and it's getting late. You're gonna have to set camp soon. And so you set camp. You have a barrel of a CATOBLEPAS head, but you are victorious.
Yes, if mostly dead.
The swamp is saved.
Does Silas want some lay hands? I've got 15 points of it.
Well, the potions would be a better way in my hit dice. So you can save that for diseases, I think, is a better thing to do with it.
Yeah, I'll pour you up a level 2 potion over dinner.
Yes.
Oh no, wait, no, that was the wrong one, wasn't it?
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I'll have to re-roll that, I think.
It had a lot of ones anyway.
There you go.
Alright, it's not too bad.
Okay. Um. And yeah. You managed to. Oh, I'm sorry. I kind of railroaded you guys out of there. Silas. You see the. After you recover from being splashed into the water. You walk over and pull out the spear, or the pike rather, that was lodged into the side of this CATOBLEPAS, and I'm going to upload a picture. What it looks like. You look at it and yeah,
Cool.
it was lodged in the CATOBLEPAS, and you feel a desire to keep it.
Yeah, I do.
Would you mind if I have a look at it first?
Not at
Preferably
all.
before you go to bed with it. Because we'll ritually identify it.
Okay. You cast you cast identify, and it is a +1 pike.
Yes, it's a fairly ordinary magical weapon. Should be quite safe.
Good, thank you. And Silas takes it without asking Lucas to quantify exactly what it does or how.
Well, on a scale of 1 to 3, it's a 1.
Right, yeah.
Yes. But yes, it is a +1, so you may add that to your things.
Yay. And it has numbers, so I can hurt ghosts.
Mm-hmm. And yeah. So while you make your camp, and anyone who recovers on a short rest, you may recover.
I'm definitely gonna spend one.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, that's a 6 because of durable. Because 6 is the minimum I can get back.
Okay. So the next day, it begins to rain. You're just outside the territory of the CATOBLEPAS. Where do you go from here?
I believe the plan from here is to just retrace our steps back to the village, and then take our rescuee up to Clink so we could turn over the eyes before they rot, get the head started to mount, and then while that's happening, we can head back to Clink towards Grandfather Rod.
Okay. So
We could try to go via Grandfather Rod if people want, but I don't think our guest wants to do that, and I feel bad leaving him in this head. Gonna get nasty if we don't get a vaccine.
Yeah, no, I don't want to have the head hanging around any longer than necessary.
all right. So somebody give me the navigation roll to I assume you're going to do the same double time at first.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's raining, so Ix is on fishing duty.
Give me some rolls, guys.
Okay. Just waiting for roll 20 because it's being really slow. I'm sure that has nothing to do with me having a ton of tabs open in Chrome.
I'm sure.
Sorry, I got distracted by something. Making a foraging roll.
Yes, please.
See, pretty much all of them are suspended too, so they shouldn't even take up that much.
23 was good enough for water too, right?
It is.
1d4 water.
Yes. D6 food,
And-
D4 water.
Yeah.
Lost wisdom mods. Okay. So you all right. Give me some perception checks. Those of you in the Oh, you guys need to reorganize your boats.
Oh, well, I didn't see anything
Oh
anyway.
yeah, we get our canoe back.
All right. Okay, so Creador with Kildrak with a 15, even with disadvantage, you you see 7 waterlogged corpses, zombies, shambling to the north, the northeast. A few of them have minor valuables on them. You can see from here. Rings, a necklace. But you could easily avoid them if desired.
Okay. I mean, he's gonna pass that along. There's some zombies up ahead. They clearly have something valuable on them. Do y'all wanna mess with that, or do you just want to get back to the village?
What have they got that's valuable?
Can I tell that?
You can see that some of them are wearing jewelry.
Okay, so jewelry then.
Some financing for the expedition would be helpful. What do the rest of you think?
be worth it.
I still got enough spells to handle some zombies, I think.
I could just blast them from a distance here.
I guess anyone have objections to taking these guys on?
No one is gonna stick up for the zombies.
No, people are more than willing to skip a fight just casually, but you know, put a glint of gold around the pinky finger of a zombie in the distance, and armies will march.
You're damn right. Gotta get that coin.
They're not people, and they never were.
Morality's all well and good, but money, man.
All right. Let me just copy.
Do we need
your-
a map, or would it be okay to just repeatedly blast them with Eldritch Blasts from a distance?
Once they know you're there, they're going to charge at you. So it is kind of important to know, you know, if you kill them all before they get within melee range of you.
How spread out are they?
Not. I mean, they're kind of spread out, but.
I'd be afraid a fireball might melt the gold.
It only lights unattended objects on fire. But fair enough, I can not fireball them if we want to do that.
Okay, 70 feet. That's good. Okay. The map is ready.
Yay.
So you see,
Zombies.
seven zombie corpses. Clear out the initiative.
My only thought is because we're right next to a town, blasting out spells wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea, but I can just recover.
Mhm.
Save us actually having to take a long rest at town, right?
I mean, I'd like to get my inspiration back, but yeah, okay. Initiative.
-2 for zombie dex. Oh, fastest zombies in the world. 17 on their initiative. All right. Has everyone rolled initiative?
I have.
All right.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think so.
All right. So, Silas, you have the initiative. What is it you're thinking?
Yes, well, they are far too far away for either of the pikes, so...
Are you sure? That
Those
new
saw
pike.
blades
You know,
to
that
cut
new
off.
pike, it's really something. You
It
should
is.
probably get it ready.
No, I mean, if I had time to tape them together, maybe.
You know, unless you're a stupid whore, you should probably get it ready. Get the fucking pike.
No, no, I
Stab
can't.
yourself with it, goddammit.
You can use the musket.
All right, well, you'll have disadvantage then.
Yep. I lost another crit.
But 11 does hit a zombie.
Oh.
Remember, they're easy to hit, but tough to put down. Although when you roll... Oh, wait. Yeah. Alright, well, that's over half its hit points, at least. You blast the first zombie in line. Philsticker.
Oh Okay. Whatever, they're probably close enough. Fisker shoots, that zombie that I'm pointing at with my hand.
Mm-hmm. I can't.
No, he shoots that one instead.
That one, the one that just had a circle around it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I changed my mind. I'm shooting that one now.
Okay.
It's probably far enough away, I can't tell.
That's a good hit.
I need to replace my mouse button again. Ha ha ha!
You minorly
Caressed him.
inconvenient. You caressed it with eldritch forces. Lucas, you gonna drop a fireball in the middle of them?
No, there was some good claims made against doing that. I think I'm just going to firebolt the nearest one.
The nearest one? Okay.
I mean, unless you guys want me to fireball it. Last call on that.
I'm fine with it. But it sounded like others weren't, so.
It really depends if we want to take a long rest in town.
I mean, I burned all of my bardic inspiration. It would be good to have that back.
All right.
But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna push for it super hard either.
Well then,
Okay. So a 20-foot radius.
one thing you can do that's really helpful is you could make like a grenade token, like pull any token that you feel comfortable and give it a 20-foot aura, and we can just
Okay.
like use that to measure it.
All right. I will do that. Let's see.
And you'll need to get it to show auras and be controlled by all players and all of that.
Yeah.
Bajillion tick
let's
boxes
see.
that roll 20 makes you jump through.
Aura 1, 20 foot. Aura 1 players have permission to see. Alright. Are you guys seeing the aura now?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I will make that controlled by all players. Okay. So place that wherever you like.
That placement looks great to me. I don't think we'll do any better than that.
I don't think so either. Okay. So that is dexterity saving throws. Okay. I'm gonna go from left to right, top to bottom. So 0, 12, 16, 13, 11, 12. Do any of those save?
The 16 saves.
Then this guy is slightly less destroyed. Oops, I think I moved him. Accident. Okay, so give me. Oh, you already rolled the damage. Okay, so all of them are reduced to 0 hit points except the one that saved for half. Which means that they all need to make their undead fortitude saves. Let's see, the DC of that will be 5 plus the damage taken. Higher than they can possibly roll. Is a 20 an automatic success on a saving throw?
I believe so.
Alright, then I will roll I will roll to check for 20s. So 1, 2. They're all dead, except for the one that saved for half. Who took okay. So this fireball goes off, and it's like napalm as these zombies are obliterated in flame. burnt to nothing but bone, save for one which staggers out of the blast, still inflamed. And Ixa.
Alright, gonna do the usual and throw a javelin at the closest zombie, the one that's already worst hurt.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that actually hits.
It does.
7 damage.
All right. You wound it, but it is a zombie. It lives. Kildrak. Oh, I skipped the zombie's turn because I deleted the one that was holding their turn order. So it's actually their turn now because they rolled the 17. So I guess the zombies dash forward. And now it's Kildrak's turn.
Alright, shooting the closest one with my short bow.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
No, you're not. And not with a 5. Bort.
Shooting the closest one with my crossbow
Okay.
and not hitting.
No, 7 don't hit. So we're back at the top. Philsticker.
Okay. Let's see who's still. Oh, I'll shoot that that stronger.
Okay.
That's a 12.
That hits.
Okay.
All right.
It's 8 more damage. Just
Leaving him with exactly 1 hit point.
cock.
Silas.
Shoot one of his legs out from under him, but he's
Silas,
got 3.
they're a lot closer now. Better get
Yeah,
Better get your pike out.
No, I'm not gonna need it, I don't think.
Oh.
I'm sorry, there will be a chance, but not this time.
All right. Well, you rolled with
Get your pike out, you
disadvantage,
useless
but you
fuck.
still got a 19.
That musket isn't long enough to stab them. God damn it!
And yeah, so that's gonna kill the first one unless he saves. His DC to save was a 17, so unfortunately, he survives with exactly 1 hit point.
Dang.
See, you did the wrong thing.
As you shoot him and he just stops for a split second and keeps shambling forward. Lucas.
Alright, Lucas will shoot a firebolt at the nearer of the 2 zombies.
Okay. Hit. Give me some damage. Alright. This time, it goes down. The firebolt strikes it in the face, and it drops. And Ixa. There's 1 zombie left. It's got 1 hit point. And you
I
finished
think,
him off.
Yeah, I think I know what we're gonna do. Hey, a hit with the javelin. 8 damage.
Alright. And it fails to save. Javelin to the brain, and the zombies are all dead.
Yay.
So you go out and you start pulling up these zombie corpses. These individuals seem to have been. These corpses are wearing a style of Nilfenbergian clothing, which is several decades out of date. Lucas. They're dressed like, you know, your parents' generation.
Does that align with the time scale of the Lost Settlement?
More or less, yes.
Fair enough.
And and from their clothing, you would guess that they were not noble, but like very, but richer than the average person. They were fairly well off, and you begin collecting jewelry from them. And I would like to go ahead and take a 5-minute break now. But when we come back, I will have a list of what all you pull from them.
Sounds good.
All
Thank
right.
you.
All right, so 5 minutes. Talk to you soon.